Hey everybody, I figured I would show you this Concavenator that I fixed up quite a bit. This Hammond collection Concavenator. Oh, my bad. And yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot to him per se. Hold on, there we go. I just painted his eyes, painted them up slightly. I painted his crests on the top of his head, if it would show. There we go. Painted them up a little bit, and I gave him quills around his body. So I figure I'll show you these arm quills first, which apparently we did actually find quill knobs in Concavenator. So, I mean, this is kind of supported as far as I'm aware. I don't know if that paper is still valid or not valid or whatever. Dinosaurs are just kind of like that. We think we know them, and then it turns out we don't. Either way. So yeah, you got this side here, which just pretty much how I did the quills. For anybody who don't know, it's just fishing wire that I cut using some scissors, and then I attached it onto there with some E6000, which for those who are not familiar, it looks like that. You just put it on the arm, and it sticks there after a minute of fidgeting with it. My Concavenator here actually came with a crack in its back, like a decently wide crack, so me being me, I fixed it up. I painted it with a flesh tone and then gave it a little bit of a glossing to make it look like a deep scar that it got from at some point in its life. Then, of course, it got a tuft of quills hanging off the top of its back here, along with the half sail that Concavenator has. I don't know. I thought they would go well together. Like the side of a pond, or how do you say, like a group of cattails on the side of a bank, sort of like that. And then, of course, he got this. He got the amount of quills on the side or on the top of his head, which are all attached at the base of the skull, so that allows for decent movement. So they all kind of move with them, with his head. Also, is it just me, or does this Hammond Collection Concavenator kind of have a lot of stiffness, or it only barely moves compared, like, or the top part of its head only barely moves compared to the rest of the theropods that they've made so far. Which, I mean, hey, I ain't really bitching about it. I'm glad to just have one. You know, half of you probably won't even believe where I got this from. I got this from Best Buy. Best Buy, out of all places. I was in town working for a few days, and I happened to run into it. Or, not that I happened to run into it, I got heard through the grapevine on YouTube that some of these beasts were here at Best Buy, and I asked my father, and he said there was a Best Buy not too far away from the shop, and we headed over, and would you look at that? I found some Nothosaurus, a Planitskysaurus, and this Concavenator, and I got lucky. Got 3 of the Nothosauruses, for one just to keep the way it is, and the other for or the 2 others for customization, as is the way. And yeah, I wasn't really going to do a whole lot to this guy. I figured, worst comes to worst, if what I had in my head planned for him, which is what this is right now, didn't work out, I would turn him into the '98 Godzilla. Or, not that one specifically, the GTS Godzilla, the Godzilla the series version, because the '98 Godzilla is a bit of a puss. The GTS Godzilla is where it's at. That's my second favorite Godzilla, right after Meyer Goji, or the 1999, or Godzilla 2000, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, and then as for what else I did to him, I just painted up his eyes a bit, because originally it was a solid gold with a slit pupil, and God, I hate the way that looks on theropods, you know, like this, the whole slit pupil thing. It works for some of them, not most of them, just some. Like with the Indominus Rex, it's fine, since that's kind of more of a monster anyway. And speaking of Indominus Rex, why does this Concavenator have thumbs? Like, seriously, can somebody answer this for me? Like, why does it have thumbs? Concavenator didn't have thumbs in real life. It was a theropod. It had the standard, it had the, the standard 3 fingers. So I have no idea why the hell they gave it thumbs. I mean, I'm not bitching about it. Honestly, it's kind of unique because it gives you some ways to speculate, Like, could have been part of some of the genome they added to it, or could have perhaps, maybe it had some similar DNA that the Indominus Rex had. Who knows? I have no idea why it would have thumbs. Either way, I honestly don't mind it, but it does confuse me. I'm not one who needs complete realism in my dinosaurs. As long as they look decent and function well, I'm happy. And as you can see, I could get the look decent part done on my own. But yeah, so you got the one eye here, which is done in sort of just a bright red with a yellow dot and then a black dot for the pupil. However, I think this eye honestly looks better. And I actually painted a bit of a scar on the top there. Did a little bit of flesh tone going from there. I thought it would look decent, and I don't think it looks bad. Probably would have closed his eye right as he got scratched so it didn't actually get to his eye. Unlike poor Kong up on the top shelf up there. That guy, he got clawed in the eye, and now he got a dead eye. Either way. So yeah, let me know what you folks think of the slightly modified Concavenator I got. Like I said, I mean, if you wanted to do something like this to your own Concavenator, you don't really need a tutorial. Like I said, fishing wire, scissors, E6000, paint. That's all you need. You just take it and you do all that. And one last thing, I glossed up the nostrils. I did that because I like glossing up some nostrils. It makes it look more alive. Better for my photos. And what you need for some gloss is this. Some good old gloss Mod Podge. It's good stuff. Real good stuff. So anyways, yeah. Hammond Collection Concavenator modified. I'll see you later. Everybody have a good one.